Good day, my name is Angelo. This is Nation Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. How have we been? Well, we've been doing perfectly alright. Straight to the matter of the day. And I would love to commend the EFCC, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, for really putting their efforts recently in bringing in for questioning lots of former ministers and present ministers over unaccounted funds for Nigerians. All right. Now, in another development, the EFCC have arraigned and remanded the former Minister of Power and Steel, Mr. Olu Agunloye, and this time around, it's a very serious crime. He has been remanded in the Kuje Correctional Center over alleged funds that were supposed to be meant for contracts, and these particular funds were not remitted. In this particular expose, you will see the resilience of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in bringing in lots of former government officials. Now, not just because this particular minister is done serving his term as a minister, but I am meant to believe that this case has been on for a very long while now, right? To the extent that his picture appeared in the official handle, in the official X handle of the EFCC, where he was announced wanted, right? You could see on your screen, and that alone was a commendable effort by the anti-graft agency for me. So, alongside Betta Edu and Farouk Umaru Sadia and other former ministers and presently serving ministers, everybody has to be careful, because if you ask me, I will say maybe, just maybe, the EFCC might be up for something different this time around. But I will always challenge them to bring in those they are supposed to bring in. If it's because they are now in government, of course, bring them in so that we will know what sort of government we are into right now. But this particular expose will be telling you about how much the former Minister of Power and Steel, Mr. Olu Agunloye, stole allegedly from his office, and how many contracts he failed to deliver even after telling the government that he had delivered those contracts. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has arraigned the former Minister of Power and Steel, Mr. Olu Agunloye, before one Justice Donatus Okorowo of the Federal High Court over allegations of fraud. Mr. Agunloye was brought before the court on Wednesday, where he pleaded not guilty to the charges read against him. The judge ordered that he be remanded in Kuje Correctional Center pending when the bail would be granted. The EFCC in December 2023 declared Mr. Agunloye wanted on an alleged case of forgery and corruption. In a communique shared by the Commission on its official X handle and its website, the former minister's image was displayed with a message urging the public to provide information that could lead to his arrest. Shortly after the EFCC's alert, Agunloye was apprehended and detained. Digging deeper into the case, it was discovered that the minister, who served under President Olusegun Obasanjo's government from 1999 to 2003, was being quizzed in connection with the Mambila project. Obasanjo had accused him of fraudulently awarding the contract for the project without the Federal Executive Council (FEC's) approval. But Agunloye denied the accusations and claimed the former president was distorting facts. Agunloye's travails generated a lot of reactions from Nigerians. Alright, that is that. Well, sorry for the former Minister of Power and Steel there, because he have felt that he had gotten away with whatever he had done until the EFCC nabbed him few days ago, sometime in December last year. Alright, so that's sad for him. But we'll follow the case up and see how how much can be recovered from this former Minister of Power and Steel, Mr. Olu Agunloye. Now, in Abia State, despite them enjoying stable and good governance after a long period of time, Governor Alex Oti has been experiencing controversy over his legitimacy as government of the state. Now, I will give you the reason why I feel he's experiencing this controversy after the video. But over time, even after he has been announced elected and he has jumped into action, showing the people of Abia why they voted him into office, there are lots of discrepancies that have existed between, his own part of the council and then the council of his opponents at the tribunal, all right? After the tribunal, there have long been controversies too on whether or not he will be affirmed governor. But I will tell you what, I am not afraid if Governor Alex Otti would be affirmed governor or not. Of course, I brought you updates on why his legitimacy is still lingering, all right? The Labour Party had few issues in their hierarchy where lots of names of candidates were submitted late to the INEC. But that is not supposed to be an issue because these issues are long finished and dusted. But I have one of the councils on air to speak and explain why he feels that the governor may face controversy, strong controversy, anytime soon.
Well, I think to be fair to the Supreme Court, in the last few months, they've been very emphatic and clear about it. Many cases traveled there and met their grief if they were erected on that foundation. It will take something extraordinary in terms of the nature of the case you have made before I think Supreme Court may modify their view on that, because usually the whole purpose is that you cannot be an independent candidate in Nigeria and contest election. If the facts do not disclose that kind of infraction, I will be surprised if we see a different turn of events in any of these appeals presently from governorship election. So that's it.
The allegation by people that they were obtained by 84 votes in the last
No, we have argued it. See, the election in Abia this time, like we talked about, the Obingwa jinx was what was broken in this election. And the Tribunal and Court of Appeal agreed with us. And that was the touch point of the case at the Supreme Court. It used to be that one local government in that state used to determine who is the governor. But this time around, the jinx was broken because the attempt to use the same methodology, actually the strategy failed. We hope the Supreme Court would put a final lead on that strategy that has been used before to undo the people's will. But for now, we keep our fingers crossed. It's a question of resolving XDP 38 and SP 188, all of which came from the same party. And one shows that our client got a clear 174,000 as against their own word 84,000. And whether the result that was not stamped, that was brought by signed by a ward agent representing to the local government agent, will suffice to overturn it. So let's keep fingers crossed and we pray for their lordship for God's wisdom. Thank you.
Okay, Governor Alex Otti, his own issue is not even an issue because the people of Abia State already want him in there and they voted him in there. I told you earlier that for a minority party like the Labour Party in Abia State and the NNPP in Kano State to come in and unseat a majority party, that means there was lots of underground work. That means the people really voted these people into office. Then why is the tribunal wasting its time, or why are subsequent court stages, the Supreme Court now, why are they really dragging all this? Why are we dragging feet over the legitimacy of a governor that was brought into office by the people by exercising their franchise wholeheartedly and willingly? I will tell you what, Governor Alex Otti is facing this particular controversy because he's from the Labour Party. If he were from the APC, I think this particular case would have been done and dusted long ago. But I tell you what, for free, he's going to come up from this untouched, with no controversy, and with the mandate of the people of Abia. Finally, I will touch a little in Edo State. Over time, Comrade Philip Shuaibu, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, and his boss, Governor Godwin Obaseki, have been having issues, all right? Just when we thought the issues must have been forgotten, but it has come up again. Comrade Philip Shuaibu feels betrayed by everything Governor Obaseki has done. He has revealed a part of this whole controversy that we never had. According to Philip Shuaibu, he said he actually added value into the political career of Governor Godwin Obaseki, and he did not only add political structure to his race to the Edo State governorship, but he allegedly, according to him, added his financial support, almost 20% of his earnings in Edo North. That was the allegation of Deputy Governor Philip Shuaibu. But let's hear from him from this interview. Maybe we will get more points than we ever imagined in this controversy between himself and his boss, Governor Obaseki.
I feel betrayed by the governor. I feel very betrayed. Not just being betrayed. You see, when we go to church, there are certain biblical verses that is becoming to make meaning to me. there's this particular verse that I've been going through my mind since this incident started, especially the last one that just happened again, coming to Auchi Day first today. The heart of man is desperately wicked. So when I see what the governor is doing and relate it to what the verses of the Bible say, it's now making meaning to me. Because I added value in terms of my political structure, in terms of finances, in all the vehicles that were used to campaign in 2016. I added value for the second term. The second term, my not political father, Shomole is not my political father. Shomole is like a father to me because of a long-term relationship. I grew up to see him as my father. But we came into politics in Edo to fight godfatherism. And according to him, we needed to free resources that are being used to service Godfather for us to be able to develop our state. And actually, when we fought those Godfathers, frankly speaking, the money was free to do development. And that's why we now have Red Roof and all those stuff. So I bought into it. So this time, when he now wants to be Godfather, because when we're fighting Godfather, we didn't say it has to be X and X. And I saw that the governor was to be oppressed, for him to be disqualified in that manner. And for me, I hate oppression. We had to put in again. I stake my relationship. That relationship, I lost about 20% of my political capital in Edo North to support Godwin Obaseki. And in supporting him, even as deputy governor that did not have any line financially, through my friends and others, I supported the second term bid of the governor with my structure, all my vehicles, with finances, including how we got the ticket of PDP. I contributed financially, both in naira and in dollars. And I discovered I was even duped. You know, sir. So if I say betrayal, it's an understatement. I feel very hurt and betrayed. But what is most important is that the switch. It's not like you put off light and put on light. There was no, I've sacrificed even my personal aiming, even my entitlement, just to have the system work. Because I came into politics not for myself. It is to fix the system. I'm coming from a background of fighting government to do what is right. As former president of NANS. So I'm in the system to show that those great thing we were doing, fighting government to have an egalitarian society is possible. Okay. So that's why I brought in. Okay. And that's the value I'm still bringing.
Okay, that is that. Well, we don't know who to believe anymore. Governor Obaseki is saying this is that. Deputy Governor Shuaibu is saying this is this. But all I know is whatever you did to your boss to come into power, you're not supposed to reiterate it to the public. Even if you're doing so, you should be able to affirm from your governor what way to take if you're planning to take his seat after 2027 or after 2025, whatever time the governor's tenure will elapse. Don't make it public yet. He is still your boss until he leaves that office. That is where I will give faults to Philip Shuaibu. You shouldn't have made your ambition public to run for governorship in the next electoral season. So that is where I think this controversy is hinging from. All right, because irreconcilable differences always emanate when you make your desire public, or when you make known, or when you make known your desire public to run for this office. He is not yet done as a governor, and you are assisting him. That means when you make this desire public, that means you will be having underground work to topple his government. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So Philip Shuaibu should learn from this. Please like this video, share them. Don't forget to drop a comment for us in the comment section, please. Don't forget to always follow us because we'll have lots of updates for you coming. See you next time. Bye.